Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Hump Day, everyone. Real quickly here, before we get to the charts, we do have Fed Chair Powell coming up at 9 a.m. Central Time. Fed Chair Powell testifies this morning, Wednesday morning, and also Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Central. That could move the needle quite a bit. Ahead of that right now, as you'll see in the daily time frame here of the ES, is we've had a very narrow range heading into today's session. So if we drop this down to 1 day, it'll quantify the current session here, and you'll notice we have a 31% of average range day. Super tiny representation on the histogram here, just 14.75 points of range, and we could be looking at sideways price action over the next 2 hours heading into the 9 a.m. Central Time testimony by Fed Chair Powell. That could provide a bit of volatility. Overall, we've seen very bullish price action here, very moderate pullbacks within range, and price continues to hold here at the 8-period pivot-based EMA. So again, any pullback into that zone could provide an opportunity for price to return and retest 4,500 and perhaps build a range. Maybe we see a continuation to the upside, but a pullback and a failure to see any continuation would open up a broader pullback. We just haven't really seen that type of price action or behavior in a very long time, as this market has been extremely bullish. So overall, this market remains in a bullish uptrending structure. Pullbacks still could be defended here, even as deep as 4,400 or below up ahead. And again, this market has seen a pattern of sideways to down over the first part of the week and then tends to rally Thursday, Friday. We'll see if we get similar price action here this week. Again, Fed Chair Powell due today and Wednesday for 2-day testimony, which could move the needle here for the markets. If we take a look at the NQ, you'll notice right here the NQ trading 23% of average range. Super narrow range here, just 58.25 points of range. And overall, this market remains again in a very bullish trend. The pullbacks have been very moderate at best, and that's a similar pullback we have developing at the moment. Price overall continues to hold above the 8-period pivot-based EMA. We talked about 15K yesterday morning here. If price comes back toward about 15K, that could provide an opportunity to watch for a strong low or rejection, and you could see a subsequent rotation back up toward recent highs and maybe through those highs for 16K up above. So we could be a 1,000 point move coming up ahead. Got to let this thing play out a bit. Fed Chair Powell could again begin to get this thing going. So any pullback here with rejection could provide an opportunity to buy this for the day and perhaps over the next several days. Now, taking a look here at crude oil, you'll see right now crude oil currently inside day right now. Inside day, 35% of average range, just 93 cents of range. This market's been averaging about 260, 250 day over day over the last 10 and 5-day splits. Very compressed price action. Again, kind of a rounded behavior here that's developing. After strength, this market tends to see weakness. There was a bearish outside day in the previous session, but that kind of faded late in the day there. So overall, we still continue to see this thing trending down, and at some point here we may see another retest at 67 up ahead. Right now trading 71s, inside day, building energy here. Do we get another rotation back down the way, or do we complete this move back toward the top of the range? Again, lower highs have been seen here lately, and this market yesterday, after seeing a outside day down, didn't quite complete it. That could be day one of what leads to a turnaround back down, kind of like this day here, or perhaps one of these days back here. So we could see a pattern of weakness up ahead that takes us back towards 67s, especially if price can't get back above 72 soon. Let's take a look here at gold futures. Right now, gold trading in a very narrow range as well, 30% of average range, just 8.3 points of range. And you'll see if I zoom in here, sitting right on top of the 1940 level. That 1940 level right there been very, very important. big time support. We saw this price have a major reaction there prior to the RTH open back last week. Big time squeeze here, but you could see in the previous session price closing below the midpoint of that rejection. That kind of kills that rejection right there and could lead to a failure up ahead. 1940, a big time level, and really if it breaks 1940, there's nothing down here in terms of support for a while. There are targets down below. 1886 would be the next key target down below. That's the 100% target from this key range right here. So great measured target 1886, but in terms of market structure and support, you're still having to come all the way across the range back toward 1800 to 1830. So again, it opens up clear air down below if price can't hold 1940. So keep an eye on 1940 up ahead. Taking a look lastly at the YM. The YM down about 0.1% right now, or 0.1%. At the moment, super narrow range, 28% of average range, almost a perfect doji right now. Super narrow range, a little bit of a pullback phase within the up move right here. This is one market right now where the volatility has increased over the last week and 10 days. You'll see that the size of these days here have been significant compared to what we had seen prior. And you'll see right here the 5-period average is about 25% greater than the 10-day average right now. So we're seeing about 25% more price range here day over day in the most recent price action. And that could continue to increase here, especially with the Fed heavy week this week. So again, keep an eye on this range. Given the up move here, 34K could be a level where this thing bounces and maybe returns back toward 35 as we trade within this range. Overall, after big strength here, we could be building a range up ahead. So watching for any kind of rejection on this lower end, that could snap things back up. A failure to hold 34 and you start rotating back toward 33, 315. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops here heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.